Hello everyone, this is the Mediocre Beast, and today I am going to review Zapdos from Jazwares Pokemon Select Trainer Series 2. As usual, the packaging looks really nice on this one. I'm really pleased with the Jazwares Pokemon Select lineup, and I think this figure will also hold up to its name. As you can see here, the packaging looks really nice. Here on the back, you can see the other figures released on Series 2, Charizard, Rayquaza, Lucario, and Zapdos. I already have the Charizard from Series 1, but I don't have Rayquaza and Lucario. I guess I'm gonna have to hunt them down. For now, I just have Zapdos and Charizard from this series then. So, yeah, you have seen the box. It looks premium. It will look good on your shelf. Now let's see what's inside. So here is Zapdos out of the box. And I must say, it looks amazing. I'm really happy at first glance with how this Zapdos came out. It looks like Zapdos. It looks really good. It looks really cool. I mean, out of the three legendary birds, Zapdos is my favorite because I think it looks the coolest. It looks the most badass among the three legendary birds. And this one just captures the essence of Zapdos perfectly. And so far, all the Jazwares Trainer Series figures I've unboxed, I've always been pleased with them because compared to the price point we are getting them, we are getting really good quality. So these are completely worth their price and more. And I'm really happy with the effort that Jazwares is putting in into this Pokemon lineup. And this one also shows they hit the ball out of the park again with this Zapdos. It looks really well. Mine has some minor issues. Those are nothing major, of course, so it's not going to stop me from buying this again, or it shouldn't stop you either from getting this amazing looking figure. I'm going to show you those issues, of course, but apart from those issues, this figure is really good. Now, you see the look on Zapdos's face. You see its menacing look. It's like it's really angry and it's like ready to launch itself. It's ready to attack. And I love this look. The only problem is that the eyes, these are painted on. They are not sculpted or anything. So that's one issue I found with the Jazwares figures. Although all the figures are really nice, really well made, but all of their eyes are painted on, not sculpted. And that worries me because they're gonna fade away in a few years. The paint is gonna chip away and it's gonna look bad. So that's what I'm worried about the most with these figures. So it looks good now, but I can't say the same about the future. Mine has a small spot right here, this red spot. Like I was telling you, mine has some issues, but these are minor issues. Let's just assume that it's battle damage. Zapdos got into a fight with the other legendary birds and it got hurt. This is just a little blood splatter or something. Not a big issue. Mine has another issue is that the beak is not straight. I think you can see here the beak is pointing this way a little bit. I don't know how to fix this. I saw somewhere that you need to heat it up with a hair dryer and push it the other way, and that's gonna put it back into place. I'm gonna have to try that. But if you know any other way of fixing this bent beak, do let me know. I'm gonna love your advice. So apart from these issues, this looks really good. There are some other minor paint issues like paint bleeding around the edges of the wings. I don't know whether you can see it here, like this here. But these are like very minor issues. They're bound to happen, and that's fine. It's like for the price that we are paying, the quality is still top notch. Apart from these minor issues, my Zapdos looks really good. Let me know what you think. Do you like this design? I do, and I think it looks great, and it makes me wonder when I'm gonna get those Articuno and Moltres because you gotta catch them all, right? Now let me quickly show you the articulation of this figure. So Zapdos, you can move the head up this much, you can move the head down this much. So that's a very good range. as you can see. So this is the joint on the neck, but you also have shoulder joint. So this part here, it also moves down. So Zapdos can like really look down, and this is really great range that you are getting near the neck region. So you are getting two joints, one here and one here. This is a ball joint, and this looks like a hinge that you have here. So this is great. I love the range that you have. You don't have any articulation on the beak, on the lower part of the beak. They could have added an articulation here. Not a major deal, not a big deal, but still, they could have done that. You can rotate the head. You can rotate it 360 degrees if you are into that. It looks awful now, but you could do that if you wanted. Uh, so you are getting really good articulation on the head. Now, about the wings, they look nice, but the range is just this. You just get them like this, and then you can also spread them wide as much as this. So this is the range that you are getting. Not bad. This is still very good. So I'm happy with the articulation on the wings. You don't get any articulation on the tails, but it's just a round kind of shape. So it wouldn't make sense to have any articulation here. So that's fine. That's not an issue for me. Now, the last part of the articulation is the legs. Now mine has an issue. The leg joint right here, it's very stiff. In fact, I'm afraid to even try to move it. Let me try to fix the zoom here. Okay, so you see that it has a joint here. So it's supposed to move up and down, but mine is very stiff. So I'm going to have to try and loosen it up with the hair dryer technique, and hopefully it's going to fix itself. But if it works, it should be able to move your leg up and down, and it rotates. The leg rotates, so that's also good. Now, the foot of the talons can move individually. You also have a joint here on the bend of its leg, so that's good to have. Each of the talons move individually, so that's great. I really like what they did with this articulation. So you could really have Zapdos closing in on a prey or something, or like if you have something like a wooden branch or something, you could have Zapdos uh, properly sit on the branch with these movable, poseable talons. So that's really good to have. I don't have anything to have Zapdos sit on, so I won't be able to show you how this will work, but I guess you get the picture, right? You can have something here, and Zapdos could grab onto it, and well, yeah, it can grab onto my finger for now. So you could have Zapdos grab onto the finger, and it should stay there if you pose it right. So that's really good to have. So overall, I'm happy with the articulation. I'll have to fix the leg joint here for mine. And apart from those minor paint issues, I think this is a well-made figure, and the articulation is great. Let me know what you think. Do you like this articulation? Do let me know. Oh, one more thing I forgot to show you. Let me bring this here real quick. This is the display stand that you get with Zapdos. It comes with two arms. So you get this part right inside. You get the longer arm inside the base first, and the shorter one, that's the one that goes inside Zapdos. So here I have the display stand ready. Now Zapdos has the peg hole on the right on the bottom of Zapdos. So you can have the peg hole go right up its butt. And here it goes. And so there you go. You can have Zapdos in really dynamic poses with this stand, and the stand is very sturdy. Actually, the Zapdos is not a heavy figure, it's a pretty lightweight figure, so the stand is able to hold this Zapdos properly without any issues whatsoever. And you could really have some really cool pose based on the articulation that you have with the Zapdos, you could really play with it and pose with it. And I like the posability and the display, the freedom of display that you get with this display stand. So this is great. This is really, really good. I'm really happy with what they did with the design, with the display stand. This is a solid winner for me. Okay, so now let me quickly show you the measurements of Zapdos. And now when you have the wings spread apart as further as you can, that's when Zapdos is about 9.25 inches wide at the highest peak of the wing. So the wing span is 9.25 inches. Now, if you measure how long Zapdos is, uh, it's about 7.5 inches. 7.5 inches long from the top of the beak to the end of the tail. So that's a really good size, I think. It looks great. In terms of height, Zapdos is about, from the top of the head, it's about 5.25 inches. Okay, so now let's see how this Zapdos looks next to some other Pokemon figures from Jazwares. This one is also from a Pokemon Trainer series figure, and it has been released multiple times in multiple lineups, and it looks really good. This Blastoise right here, it's from a different product line. It's from the Battle feature figure, so those were smaller compared to the Trainer series. And this one, the Venusaur right here, is the Epic Battle figure, and they are supposed to be the largest from all the product lines from Jazwares. So you can see noticeably the Venusaur is quite large compared to the other three. But still, I think they look really good beside each other. And I'm gonna have a really kick-ass Pokemon display on my shelf real soon with all these really nice looking figures. And here is Zapdos next to my most recent Pokemon figures from the trainer series, Suicune, Tyranitar, and Mewtwo. And just like the Charizard, Venusaur, and Blastoise, these also look really great together. And Zapdos looks, I think the size, if you compare the size, I think they work really well together. All of them look in scale, based on my perception at least. Let me know what you think, whether they do scale or not. But in my eyes at least, they do scale, and they look really, really well beside each other. So that's a plus point. Okay, so we are at the end of the video. Before I finish the video, let me quickly ask you, did you ever notice that the names of these legendary birds, they have the Spanish numerals in them? Uno, dos, tres, Articuno, Zapdos, Moltres. I guess it's a very basic fact and everyone knows it. Anyways, I wanted to share. So Zapdos, the second legendary bird, I love it. I think it's the coolest of the three legendary birds. I need to collect the other two, Articuno and Moltres, but Zapdos is my favorite, and I'm really happy that I got it as my first legendary bird. And you gotta catch them all, so I'm gonna have to hunt down the other two very soon. But overall, I'm really pleased with what I have got here. The overall design was great, the build quality was amazing, the articulation was great, and especially the display stand, it gives it really good posability and options to display it on your display shelf. So overall, this is a great value for price. I paid 40 Canadian dollars and I got this from Amazon. And this one has been released, I think, about a year or year and a half back. So naturally, it's not as available as it was when it was initially released. That's why I had to pay more. So it was 40 Canadian dollars, but still, I think it was a good price that I got it for. So if you are on the lookout for this, then you should get it because I highly recommend this. This figure looks amazing. As you can see here, this is a really well made figure. I'm going to give this a 4 stars out of 5. So that's my rating. Let me know what you think in the comments, if you agree or if you disagree. But that's my opinion. 4 stars out of 5. I'm happy with this figure and I'm going to highly recommend this. So if you liked my video, do let me know in the comments section and hit the thumbs up button. hit a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, because your subscription and your comments and the thumbs up, those really motivate me to publish more content. So it's going to be really helpful. I really appreciate the support that I get from you guys. So do let me know, and stay tuned for my future videos. I'm going to upload some more videos soon. Thank you for watching this far. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you next time.